It's been a while since there has been a new release coming to an on-demand platform that I was looking forward to seeing. I was excited to watch The High Note, which is now available on Fandango now. So did the outcome meet my expectations? A personal assistant to an aging music superstar makes some choices that could alter the outcome of both of their careers. First, I want to say a huge thank you to Sandwich John Films for providing me the opportunity to screen this movie. You can visit sandwichjohnfilms.com, which I've linked in the description below, for entertainment news, giveaways, and even early movie screenings when the theaters open back up. Dakota Johnson and Tracee Ellis Ross star in this drama. Johnson is the personal assistant Maggie to Ross's music superstar Grace. Now, we've seen this premise before. You have an ambitious assistant who works under a semi-overbearing boss, but who has dreams of becoming something way more. And so they have to navigate that relationship in order to succeed. And then, of course, the boss has to learn something about themselves along the way. The performances in this are really great. Johnson is outstanding to watch because she's sweet, she's stumbling, she's kind, but she's also driven. Now, Ross is a bit driven too, and while she can be sometimes a little bit mean, especially in some of her words, she really is a sweetheart with some amazing qualities. And if that's really her singing, she has an amazing voice. In addition to our two leads, we get a great performance from Ice Cube. He's playing Ross's manager. Now, he is jaded and he is sarcastic, and you can tell he's reached that point in his career where he just wants to take it easy and rake in the money. So that influences even his decisions for Ross's character Grace. So that what's the easiest way that we can do something and still make a lot of money and be comfortable? Now, the other awesome performance is from Kelvin Harrison Jr., and he is playing an up-and-coming singer, and geez, this guy's got a voice too. I don't know if he's singing or if he's lip-syncing, but I really hope he's singing because he is spectacular to listen to. He's also fun to watch just as he acts and as he interacts because he's got great chemistry with Dakota Johnson. But even outside of that, I want to hear this dude sing more because really, if that is his voice, whew, awesome. And one thing that I really like about his performance is that he is vulnerable, that it comes across very genuine, which makes him also then very likable as a character. Because this movie focuses around the music industry, it's so important that the soundtrack is really good, and it is awesome. Not only do we have just great songs from mainstream artists, but then some of the original songs that are put into this as part of the performances of our main characters. And that is just awesome to watch and awesome to listen to as well. It just makes the entire experience just that much more believable, and it really sucks us in. I absolutely loved the chemistry between our two leads. Ross and Johnson, at times they are best friends, and then at other times they are like oil and water. You really get the feel for frustration and success by the choices that our characters are making, especially those made by Johnson, because they affect both Johnson and Ross's characters. Sometimes it adds a little bit of small chaos to it. Other times it's just some great opportunities. But there are also some really cute and humorous moments that they share in their conversations. And it's heartwarming at times as well. The storyline is pretty obvious in this, and there's one reveal in particular that you see coming way off. Knowing it only mildly bothered me because I was really hoping that they'd go in a different direction, that they would have chosen not to do what was seemingly obvious. But they did, so it's there. But even knowing that, it didn't affect my overall enjoyment for the film. Now, the movie feels a little long in parts, and I think that's because of some of the musical montages where you just have music playing over some action. And in parts of that, I think it's actually necessary because what it does is it allows us to be on that musical journey with our characters, that we get to just be sucked in to what they're doing, what they're experiencing. I mean, it really just immerses us into their world. But then other times there are little time jumps and time skips where it's a little weird because we'll know that time has passed, but then things are referenced that we never saw. I mean, we can still kind of understand the context of what it is. It felt a little uneven to me that we would have long drawn out parts where we get to hear music, we get to see the action going on, with songs playing over it. And then other times it would just skip through things and then have a line of dialogue to kind of reference and tell us what was going on. This drama takes us on a bit of an emotional ride. I mean, there are highs and there are lows, and then there's highs again and lows again. And so we really are on this ride, but it doesn't feel uneven or all over the place. It's really just the journey that we're going on with the characters. I like that this is at its heart a cute, feel-good movie. It's not overly deep, it is obvious, but when it ended, I had a smile on my face and I had a positive, upbeat feeling. And I think we could all use something like that about now. There's no sex, nudity, violence, but there is some profanity. I give the high note 4 out of 5 couches. What movies are you looking forward to being released, either on demand or in theaters whenever they happen to open? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for catching with me.